How's this going?
There.
Are we live?
Yeah.
We're live. Oh wait, where's my phone? It's right here. Alright. Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Alright, ready?
3, 2, 1.
What's up, FHN?
I'm Laney,
And I'm Rhea.
and welcome to the 12-Hour Podcast.
This is our annual podcast where we kind of sit in this room for 12 hours. We'll bring on different guests throughout the day, talk about various topics. You got anything else to say?
Yeah, we did this last year. We did it the year before. It's just
a fun time,
Yeah.
fun little tradition in the room we do at the end of each semester. Yeah. What you want to because you've hosted this before. I've
I
been on a
have.
couple segments, but you've actually hosted.
Well, we have 20-minute segments, and we usually alternate from host only to guest that may appear. And we have topics ranging from Taylor Swift to Fortnite this year.
Woo!
And so it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna try and make this as entertaining as possible for y'all. I don't know. So just to keep up with everything that we're doing at FHNtoday, be sure to follow our socials. It's at FHNtoday and at FHN Game Day for our sports content on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and then we've also got Spotify and Podbean, YouTube, and everything. So yeah, be sure to follow us. It's fun. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Keep up with the school and community and everything.
Were you a part of the 12-Hour Podcast last year? Did you have a segment?
I can't remember if I had a segment or not. I know I helped set a couple things up. Oh, I had a segment a couple years ago. I think it was my sophomore year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Parker Smith, our lovely sports EIC, talked about different holiday trips we'd been on. That was fun. Yeah. And helped my memories. We've been here since 6:00, guys. My memories just kind of shot. Yeah, so that was fun, and then helped set some stuff up for the other ones, which was nice.
Well, I think I was a part of it my freshman year, which was my sophomore year. I did a segment on conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah. That's gonna make a brief appearance later for a segment.
Over Bob Ross.
I don't agree with her on that segment's mainly gonna be her talking about conspiracy theories and me being like, are you sure though?
The moonlighting wasn't real.
Lady. And so okay.
Well, what was your favorite thing about previous 12 hours?
I just like the fact that it was a variety of people that were on throughout the day. At least being a part of pub, it helped boost your conversation skills and everything, and you had to have a lot of endurance for it. And then I don't know, it's just a fun time. Some of the stuff was more serious, and we did actual interviews. Other things were just more conversational and everything in between, and so you just got a fun variety of entertainment throughout the day.
And that's going to be this year's too.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of goofy topics.
Little goofy stuff. And then I know you want to talk about how this one's a bit different from the past stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. For starters, we're two completely different hosts than usual.
Yes.
The last couple years, our old podcast EIC,
Rachel. Oh, I miss Rachel.
We'll talk a bit more about her later too. But she headed it. We took a break from doing this during COVID year, but then the year before, I think I was in 8th grade. It was another guy that did it. I think his name was Tom.
Tom. I love that name.
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
But we're also gonna be posting some segments after.
Yeah, so we're gonna like post these individual segments, which will go up on FHNtoday and Podbean and everything later. Great job, Laney.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. So that's all gonna go up later throughout next week and everything. But today we've got this 12-hour-long live stream to sit with us.
We're just gonna be yapping the whole time.
Yep. Alright.
But we just finished our lights in here yesterday.
Yeah, also
actually.
we like decorated this part of the studio yesterday, which was fun.
It was.
I
took a lot of tape.
I did the garland right there. Very proud of that.
I did the lights.
Laney did everything else. Laney did basically everything else.
It's my side hustle, like my hobby.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Decorating things. The lights are like falling a little though.
Yeah, the tape isn't holding at all, but it's
fine. What are you gonna do?
We even got a construction hat over there.
Yeah, we do have a construction hat that's on a little, one of those like little electric orb balls. Hold on.
Does it even work?
It does not work. It doesn't have like a little charger thing. But like
we need to find one of the chargers.
We've got this like little orb and then construction hat because our studio just has a lot of random props everywhere.
Yeah. We got Mountain Dew over there.
We've got like lots of Mountain Dew and Red Bull to keep us going throughout the day. We've got quite the arsenal this time around too. Mountain Bull, Cheez-Its,
candy.
Half of my Halloween candy because
from like a year ago.
No, October.
Okay.
This year. I'm not feeding you expired candy. But I've only got half of it because I lost the other half. Because do we want to like talk about nationals too now?
Yeah.
So
Stanford.
Great transition. So last month we went to Boston for nationals, November 1st through the 5th, meaning Halloween was the night before we had to leave. And so I went did you go trick-or-treating?
I just drove around in my car.
No, I
got some candy from like
that's fun.
Grace's house, like my friend and her neighbors.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I hadn't gone trick-or-treating in a few years or really done anything for Halloween, but I was like, it's my last Halloween as a kid. I want to do something. So then I went to my friend Max's house and we got together as a group of friends and went trick-or-treating. And we got together as like a group of friends and went trick-or-treating everywhere. Not everywhere, like his neighborhood. But it was funny because it's just like small groups of little kids that went out a bit earlier. And then like a group of 4 or 5 teenagers.
Oh.
And my friends are all musical theater nerds. I'm not. So they're all like singing songs from Beetlejuice or whatever. I don't know. Just random musical theater songs. And I don't know any of the words, so I'm just dancing along with them.
Oh.
So that was my Halloween. Was very cold afterwards. And then I brought half of my Halloween candy to Boston for nationals and left the other half at home. And while I was gone, my parents decided that like we're doing renovations in our house. So my parents painted my room while I was gone, and like moved all my furniture and all my stuff. So I didn't know where my clothes were for the week after we got back. I didn't know where any of my things were. Still don't know where my candy is.
I think someone stole your candy.
I hope. I left all the good candy at home too. So like all my M&Ms.
That's like the perfect time to steal your candy because you shouldn't have done it because he was with us.
Yeah. I know. And then that Boston Nationals was like a lot of fun too.
I loved Boston Nationals.
Yeah. What was that like for you?
Well, it was definitely a long flight because like I mean it wasn't that long, but we didn't have any layovers whatsoever.
Yeah, like when we went to San Francisco in the spring, at least
had
there was
a
like a
layover in
layover.
Denver and then
Yeah.
somewhere else, I think. Oh yeah, we had a layover to Denver on the way, and then we had a layover
in
in
LA on the way back, and
Yeah.
then Max got a divorce in the LA airport.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, okay. So for like some Spectre project, him and one of our other pub friends, Ankita, had to like be married for like a Spectre
Oh.
project. Like, I think it had something to do with finances or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't in Spectra. And so they had to be married, and then for the last 4 or 5 years, 4 years, I guess, they're like, okay, so we're just like technically still married, I guess.
4 years?
4 years, separated but married, right?
Yeah.
And so they finally finalized the divorce in LA, and then took a picture with that like divorce lawyers poster that's in the St. Louis airport. Like once we got home, I've got the picture somewhere here.
I didn't even know Max was married to anyone.
Yeah, I know. Dude's got like a whole secret life we don't know about. Max is coming on later, like later in the day. But yeah,
Going back to Boston.
going back, like just nationals in general are just
They're so
a
fun.
fever dream. Yeah, they're fun, but they're like a fever dream because
it doesn't seem like real when you're there, but then when you get back home, you're like,
I did so much in the last 4 or 5 days.
yeah.
And then
I usually do in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then you're just kind of out of it. You're running off of 4 hours of sleep, like at best 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Lots of coffee runs in the morning.
Lots of coffee runs.
Yeah.
We went to Boston. We went to like the Starbucks. It was like 2 blocks down, maybe.
Oh yeah.
But like we had to go like when it was still like, almost like nighttime. Like the sun hasn't. Also,
Boston was weird because our hotel that we were staying at and the convention center were like a mile apart. It was like a 15-20 minute walk each morning, which we got to watch the sunrise and everything, and so that was fun. It wasn't as cold as you'd think it would be either.
No, and it was actually pretty warm for Boston, and it being
like November.
Yeah.
You'd think it's like snowing and whatever.
And just like, and we went to the Boston Tea Party.
We did go to the Boston Tea, like we did this whole live, I guess, reenactment of the Boston Tea Party, and that was a lot of fun. And I coincidentally wore a hat, like a beanie with my Halloween costume that had tea written on it upside down. Because like the beanie was supposed to be a teapot. I was Greg, one of the characters from Over the Garden Wall. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I didn't know that was that.
We're reading a message from Man followed up like back when he told us when there were awards, and then Laney just like has a bunch of emojis sent.
I didn't know that was Manful.
That was so funny.
No, because I never had his number saved at all either, and I used to send my like what is it called, like nightly check-ins to Kate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so
also and like at nationals we end up doing like nightly check-ins of what was the funniest part of the day, what was your best part of the day. A lot of the time, like all the trips I've went on, the general consensus tends to be chase prey.
Yeah, definitely.
Or what do I see? Dude, he's just a silly guy. Very easy to have fun with, very easy to make fun of.
He is very easy to make fun of. I mean,
and the best, he's like a great sport about it.
He's just like goofy.
Yeah.
And so
let's see your pretty face.
Okay, thank you.
There we go.
But I don't know like who we're gonna make fun of after Chase is gone.
Y'all gonna
And
be
you
gone.
are gone.
I'm gonna be gone soon.
Everyone's gonna be gone.
Yeah, don't remind me. But yeah, so that's just like some of the stuff we do at nationals, where there's 1 or 2 points, like days of touristy things.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the days we're just kind of in sessions.
Yeah.
Doing like crash course on
Yeah.
journalism stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun. Fun, and like you learn a lot too, because sometimes you're like, oh wow, our school is actually like really, really good, and then other times you're like, okay, so we've got a lot to improve on.
But I feel like even with all the criticism, we do have a lot of good outcomes.
Yeah, and like it's a great way to like put things into perspective and like learn and grow a lot of stuff, and like reset on goals you want to do, and like learn where to improve on. And it, like each time I go, it just rejuvenates my love for storytelling and like wanting to have like these kinds of conversations with people and everything. So that's just probably like one of the best things I think I've gotten out of those trips, and just like a lot of fun memories too.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
aches.
Well, the stress with like waiting for your awards and like waiting for pacemakers and stuff like
We've
that.
got an award every trip.
We have.
Unstoppable Duo.
We are.
But yeah, that's just fun. And then also we like, I'm pretty sure that other schools just kind of either deem us like, oh, the annoying school that has a flag, or just the really fun school that's got a flag. Because in the pub room, in the days before our time, some people decided that, hey, we should have a flag, and then we should bring that flag to all of our national conventions each semester. And so since then we've just been waving around a flag during award shows,
and it really like makes the other schools mad and just like annoyed.
Either annoyed or you get like the really great ones that just love it, and they're like, oh, it's the guys with the flag. Like the last night in Boston, we were all singing karaoke in the street.
We were singing Baby by Justin Bieber, actually.
We were. Baby by Justin Bieber. One Direction made an appearance at some point.
Beauty and a Beat made an appearance too.
Beauty and a Beat.
That got skipped.
Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Like, lots of very interesting things happen. Again, no sleep, fever dream. Everyone's just kind of loopy by the last day.
Yeah.
But like while we were doing karaoke, there were like people on the other side of the street, and they just like pointed at us, and they're like, "Oh, it's that one school with the flag." So that's like, it's fun whenever you got like people like that who are just great sports about it, and we're there to have a fun time. They're there to have a fun time. We're just silly goofy people.
We are silly goofy.
I know. I also just forget how insane our school is, like how insane our pumpkins are, and then we go and like, oh, right, we're just like off the walls.
We definitely do act a little cray.
Yeah.
In some like.
But in the best way.
Most of the time. But in the best way, like, we'll just be energetic and like excited to be there.
Yeah, I know. Like that's one of my favorite things about our school. Like not just our journalism program, but just our school community in general, is like how supportive we tend to be of one another.
Yeah.
Like at the end of like, we just want everyone to do their best, and like are excited for other people like whenever they do well. That's something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
other fun stuff.
How was your Thanksgiving break? That was recently, so.
It was recent, and I don't remember it. I know. Well, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like if a lot of Indian families do or don't, but for me, it's another Thursday.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus's birthday was on Thanksgiving this year.
Well, that's something you can celebrate.
That is something I will celebrate.
Miley Cyrus.
First either first or one of my first celebrity crushes. Reason that I fell in love with music because of Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know, Allie Hills. She's like a YouTuber turned musician, makes good music, very underrated. This like it's just something that like lives in my head every Thanksgiving. But one time she tweeted that in 2006 Miley Cyrus's birthday was on Thanksgiving.
Siri just went off.
Siri. In 2006, Miley Cyrus's birthday was on Thanksgiving, so she made her family cut a pumpkin pie that said "Happy Birthday, Miley" on it.
Oh.
And one of these years, I will make my family do that. Not this year though. Not this year.
Not this year.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving, bud?
Well, we were all sick.
Oh, right.
And so we just kind of like stayed in and didn't really do much.
Do you have like anything fun for dinner?
We basically just ate anything that was in our fridge for Thanksgiving.
Food's fun.
I made
That's
some
what we did.
Alfredo.
Or did we go to our aunt's house? I don't. I've got like very bad memory, guys.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alfredo's
that's all I
good.
ate was Alfredo. I love making Alfredo. It's like my favorite food ever. So I'll definitely do that often. I actually made me some Alfredo last night.
Oh, fun. Okay. Are you like you know that question? Who's the comedian? Hannah Berner asks like people. She's just like,
Oh, yeah.
fettuccine or flowers.
Fettuccine.
Obviously. Because like flowers are going to wither and die. Like I'm not going to take care of them.
Yeah, food just makes me really
Food
happy
makes me
in the
so
moment.
happy. What else? First basketball game of the season.
We lost.
We did.
We did lose.
It's fine.
But hey, we got
Yeah.
other games.
We've got other games. You can only go up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides, there's just like a fun environment to be in too.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
student section's like the funnest part of
Yeah.
it, especially during football games. I think the country football game was the best
Oh
one.
yeah. My brother took a cowboy hat from me, and then one of his friends took it from him.
Yeah.
And then she keeps texting me to say like, tell your brother to get the cowboy hat back. And I was like, I don't. Okay. I'm not in charge of him. I don't have control over him. Tell him. I don't know.
mean, like, Ishan can do whatever
Yeah,
he wants.
he can.
He's our little freshie.
He's old enough. He's not even a freshie anymore.
No, but I still
He's a
consider him
freshie
a
at heart.
freshie. Like, I consider you a sophomore.
I consider you a freshie.
Yeah, so.
But
But,
yeah. This one time during a football game, my sister came home for the weekend and she and her friend like went out to like watch hot air balloons at Forest Park or something. And she lost her phone, either her phone or her AirPods or something.
oh.
In
well-
Forest Park. So she's calling me. And it's like,
With whose phone?
then I think it was her
Okay.
AirPods. Yeah, it might have been her AirPods. It was either that or like her friend's phone. But she's calling me and it's like, where are you? Let us in the house so she can like use her laptop to find them. And I was like, dude, why? I'm at a football game. And then she got mad at me for being at was confused why I was at a football game. I was like, why are you there? I was like,
Why not?
I'm in high school. Let me have fun. So that was just like a silly little experience I had this year. No.
Well, I just went to the Mizzou football game. It was against.
I've never been.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't. We won
Actually,
though.
really, yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
we won
It
that
was-
one.
It was very close, though.
Yeah, I know.
It was to the last 15 seconds, and we got a field goal.
Yeah, I know. I was watching with my sister and her boyfriend. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, my family's not watching. My parents know. Actually, no, they all know. That's fine. Okay. I was watching with like parts of it with my sister and her boyfriend, and then I was like, oh, okay. So it's time out. Oh, okay, they're ahead now. Oh, okay, and then like check
Yeah.
the score afterwards. It was fine. So yeah, we're chill. It was fun. It was stressful.
No, we were all stressing at the moment, and the refs were making such bad calls.
Yeah,
That
I hate when refs do that though.
yeah, they were definitely favoring.
Yeah,
But it's okay, but we still won. But the student section was wild there.
I can imagine. I mean, it's Mizzou, and then
Yeah,
it's like a
and
big game too.
there was like this whole column, and it went all the way to the very top, like just of like students, and it was just like right there.
Yeah.
But there was these guys that were like in the front row, and they all like had like painted on them like Mizzou, and I'm like, oh my god,
that's dedication that I'll never have.
And it was like
But
35, 40 degrees out, and they were still like not wearing any shirts. I'm like, how are you doing that?
I don't know.
There's multiple people, and I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
freezing in my coat. I
Yeah.
don't know how that's.
I don't know.
Okay.
And then Light Wars. So if you don't know, Light Wars is like a little tradition we have here in FHN journalism where we like decorate the whole place with Christmas lights. Sometimes we do the studio, sometimes we don't. But if you like walk by our rooms, you'll see there's just Christmas lights and Christmas decorations everywhere. It's a lot of fun. This year, we just kind of make it a little friendly competition amongst the different staffs we have. We have 5 different staffs. And so this year, video decided that we were going to make a gingerbread house out of cardboard.
It's the first time it's ever been done, but we did do it.
Yeah. So we just we taped up a big cardboard box from like 2 smaller ones and then like put a roof on. It was kind of wacky. The construction job's questionable to say the least. But
it's just held together by tape that is currently falling apart.
Yeah. We
still live in it
fixed
somehow.
Quite a bit. Yeah, and also the funny part is there's only 4 video leads. Laney and myself, and then Max Ramirez and Maddie Clark, 2 wonderful, wonderful people. And so the 4 of us just like kind of cram into that box every day during editor's hour.
We do.
And just kind of sit there and like we get our work done. And everything, but it's just a fun little vibe, and we're all like always on top of each other anyways, so.
But I mean, like, we were always in that corner before.
Yeah.
And so just having like a little house that we can sit in now.
Yeah.
It just makes it 10 times
like
better.
Nice little vibey. We're in a box. We yell at everyone who opens the doors to the box.
But the thing is, our doors don't even close.
Yeah, the doors don't
put
close.
A backpack in front of it.
And we keep talking about like putting handles up and everything, but it's not happened yet.
Able to.
I know. Also on Light Wars, we made in Ed's hour, we made smaller little gingerbread houses, and I just want to say, video by far won.
Yeah, no, we did.
Yeah, we made the cutest little gingerbread house. Yearbook's gingerbread house didn't even stay together. Sports's was a mess.
They made it into a garage, or it had a garage. I don't know, but
was it okay? I know News's looked fine. There's creative.
They had ice cream on top.
And then
photos tasted horrible.
Oh, but little ice cream marshmallow things.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It tasted like cardboard.
Oh, not the cone. The cone tasted trash. But
and then the marshmallow part was stale and
it was kind of stale. But it's we just eat stale food sometimes because it's what we've got. And we're hungry teenagers.
That is true.
And then what else? Photos was a house that said photo on it, and it was decorated. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, but it didn't have anything unique.
Yeah, it wasn't. It said photo off the side or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's all. Ours was a cute little house. We made an actual gingerbread house.
We had we had icicles hanging off. And
yeah,
we did great.
We did great.
We won that, and then we won Light Wars.
Honestly, you and Maddie did most of the work. I was just kind of holding everything. And then Max was making a little helmet out of the box.
Max was just running around. I don't know what he was doing, but it was quite interesting.
Max just got
He had his helmet, and then also Owen and Pam were wearing the same thing.
Yeah. I
But
know. Love those little helmets they made.
I think we might still have them in the conference room. Or
Yeah, maybe.
29.
I know. And then just like we're gonna like talk a bit about what our weeks were like, because I feel like we've both had kind of eventful weeks setting up to this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You wanna go first?
Well, I've been sick this whole week.
Yeah.
And so I've been planning things while also laying in my bed, like trying not to die.
Yeah.
But I did do it, and then I've also been editing my video and working on the nightly show this week.
Yeah.
And so I wrote the script for it.
We're anchoring that tomorrow.
We are anchoring that tomorrow.
Be sure to watch the nightly show Tuesdays at 10 a.m.
Yes,
10 a.m. a.m.'s earlier. You know, I'm just the one that like produces and helps produce and schedules the drops. It's not like I should know when they happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then I know I've just been like really busy this week because this is like our big like one. I'm producing the nightly show this week. And then also it's like our editing production, like part of our production cycle, so like making sure everyone's on track.
And this is our work night tonight. Yeah. So we do have videos due, but deadlines to meet. But I mean, other than that, it's a pretty good week. Yeah, and then yesterday I was out for most of the day because of Shield. Yeah, which is a fun little leadership club we do. It started last year with Dr. Fletcher and Janice, where us like a group of last year they did just athletes, who were like leaders in whatever sport they were in, went down to the elementary school. This year they expanded it to like other clubs and stuff. If you were like a good leader, you were recommended by the sponsor of the club or whatever. And we just like go down to the different elementary schools and talk to the little kids there and get them like excited about being a part of FHN and being a knight, and make sure to like instill good values in them and all that fun stuff. And let me tell you guys, kids say the weirdest things. They say the darnest things. Like I had a lot of them are like really judgmental, because I've got a lot of, who's your crush? Do you have a boyfriend? Why don't you have a boyfriend? Is it because the boys are all ugly? Oh.
I know. Like, they just say the craziest things.
They're very out of pocket.
Very nosy.
They do not have a filter.
Nosy. And then, but they're all also like really sweet too. They were like telling me about their days, their favorite colors and everything, favorite animals. One of them, I think it was, I can't remember if it was kindergarten or first grade, but they were like, what's your, they asked me I asked them how old they were. They were like, I'm 5, but I'm going to be 6 soon. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm 17. I'm going to be 18 soon. And then another one was like, I'm going to be 18 soon too. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
You will, or like, I'm going to be 18 too. And I was like, you will, just, you've got time.
5 going on 18.
Yeah. So that was just fun. They were silly.
Is it kind of like similar to like mentors, except you're talking to little kids?
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. And so we just like kind of talk to them during their lunches. We did like a little tunnel thing for them whenever they were walking into where they eat their lunch. And you could there were 11 of us. 11 of us went to Henderson. And so like different groups went to other schools too. And so we just got really tired. You could tell we were getting more and more tired throughout the day.
Yeah.
But it was nice because I went to Henderson, so it was good. It was fun visiting again. A lot's changed since I was there, obviously. That's
right.
Yeah.
You're like a St. Charleston or whatever they call it. I'm like born and raised here.
Born in St. Louis.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, born in St. Louis. Lived there for the first 2 years of my life before we moved here.
Yeah.
Ishan lived in St. Louis for 6 months of his life before we moved here because we needed a bigger house. Stupid baby.
Stupid Ishan.
Stupid Ishan. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. We love Ishan.
We love him.
Sometimes.
But yeah, so like I went there, and a lot of the teachers from when I was there either retired. So I found out. So my 4th grade teacher, I had her like the first few years of her teaching. I think it was like her 2nd or 3rd year teaching. And so she like went by her maiden name then, and then she got married when we were in like middle school, and so I knew that, but I didn't know that she moved to like being a 5th grade teacher.
Oh, really?
Within like the last couple of years, and then one of her students, like while I was talking to them, was like, "Oh yeah, and she's gonna have a baby soon," and like that was just so mind-boggling to me. For like it makes sense, but it was just mind-boggling to me for.
Well, it just seems like crazy because you remember your kindergarten years and like 5th grade so like vividly.
Yeah, and so like I was like starting to tear up, but like trying not to because I had no reason to. And I don't know if it's just because like senior year applying to college is like moving out soon and like grappling with growing up and all that. But that was like, oh my God, everything like kind of changing. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like not even 20 seconds late, like 30 seconds later, my 5th grade teacher just popped up behind me. I was like, oh my God, it's you and everything. Like I see her around, like she goes to football. Her daughter's in your grade. Neely Bankston.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Yeah. Nice kid. And so that was like fun and like interesting, like just a weird culture shock thing. Like everything didn't stay stagnant after I left. Sort of deal. Which I know it wouldn't, but it's just a weird culture shock.
Well, are you at least excited for college or just?
I'm excited. Like I've been wanting to move out since like middle school, just because like I think that's the way that I'm going to grow the most.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But then like as it's gotten closer and closer, I've been getting more and more nervous about it. Cause I was like, I can barely cook. I can feed myself, and that's like where my cooking lies. And then
you really only need to like depend on your noodle cooking.
Yeah. I can make instant ramen.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. Right?
Yeah, put the water in the
but
thing.
then
I will end up messing it up somehow.
Microwavable mac and cheese. I somehow ended up doing that because I did put water in it.
Oh, good job.
It wasn't enough apparently.
Maybe. Oh no, that's funny.
And then I made mac and cheese for my friends. Bree and Brayden were over, and so cute. I tried making mac and cheese.
You're such a mom sometimes.
I try to be.
I try to be.
Sorry, I'm dying currently, but
yeah, it's fine.
But my mac and cheese got hated on.
That's so mean.
And they called it like it. Apparently, it was really gross.
Oh.
And they said that you should not ever cook for anybody ever.
Buddy, it's noodles and cheese.
I don't know. Just like.
Was it like the Kraft mac and cheese? Because that's even harder to mess up.
The Velveeta.
The Velveeta. How do you mess that up?
I don't even know if I might have left the noodles in for too long. And then they got really soggy. Well, not soggy, but like sticky almost. And then I put the cheese in and it like started like crumbling up, and then I tried to fix it by spicing it, and I put some salt and pepper in there.
You put salt, right, and not sugar or something?
No, it was salt and pepper.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Is this all you guys want?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then they ate it, and then. Apparently, it was very disgusting.
So what we've learned from the first
40 minutes
of this podcast is Journalism's fun. Laney and I don't know how to be adults,
No.
and we're like reaching up pretty close on that. And we might starve to death when we're in college. So
That might be a possibility, but hey, there
Order
is
out,
a
order
Panda Express in most universities, and I
Yeah.
will survive off of that.
I don't know. Did you know that like some high schools have like a Chick-fil-A in them? I think, or like Panda or something. Or like
What high schools?
I don't know.
Like high schools in like, the
once-
city?
Yeah, I think one school I went to for a debate tournament had one.
I'm transferring right now.
Okay.
Let me pull up the application.
Okay.
But it is now 7:40,
It's now 7:40.
and this is our dinosaur segment.
Yeah, we have a segment where we're talking about dinosaurs, which kind of like brings me back to my freshman year.
Did
Freshman
you have a
sophomore year.
podcast
I
on dinosaurs?
had a podcast over dinosaurs because that was all I could think about talking about, and it was like my hyperfixation at the time. Throughout this, you're just gonna like the different host segments are gonna be different hyperfixations that one of
that
us
is
have had
true.
throughout our lives.
Yeah, Bob Ross conspiracy theories.
Laney.
I have an obsession with Bob Ross. I do have a Bob Ross mug.
Oh, I have like a little Bob Ross Funko Pop.
I have a Bob Ross, like those chia pets, or like where you grow like the plant on like his hair.
Yeah. I know what you're
I have one
talking
of
about.
those. I'm like too scared to even grow it because like what if it starts molding and like I have to throw Bob Ross away? So he's just currently sitting in a box in my closet somewhere. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
He's like on my like cat tower, and then I put him on the top.
Do you think Bob Ross liked dinosaurs?
I think Bob Ross loved everything.
Bob Ross did. Yeah.
He was such like a.
Gentle, chill guy. You think he's a murderer?
I think he's a murderer, but I mean, like he was still chill in some ways.
Yeah.
Like happy little accidents.
Yeah. I know. I used to like watch his little painting videos, in 8th grade, which was fun. Something else I watched a lot in 8th grade were like PBS Eon stuff for dinosaurs because for whatever reason I thought they were really cool.
What do you think Bob Ross's favorite dinosaur would be?
He strikes me as like I like a herbivore, like doesn't like carnivorous dinosaurs. So like
Yeah.
a herbivore, probably a brontosaurus, maybe a T-Rex.
I can see a T-Rex.
Not T-Rex,
is
T-Rex, a
carnivore.
triceratops. Wires crossed in my brain, or a triceratops.
Yeah, because they are right next
they
to
are
each
right
other.
next to each other on our outline.
Yeah, I could see that. If I was a dinosaur, I would probably be a triceratops.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Maybe.
would. What would I be?
Hold on. I need a visual.
You need I feel like my feelings are gonna get hurt pretty soon. And
What is this one?
Archaeosaurus.
Archaeosaurus?
Yeah, they're like the ones.
I saw this from Jurassic Park. Dilophosaurus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dilophosaurus.
Those scared me.
Those.
They scared me more than like T-Rexes did.
Yeah. I don't know.
This one.
My fingers aren't that long.
No, it just like.
She showed me a picture of a Therizinosaurus, which are like, imagine a like a dinosaur that's got like a long neck, long tail, and then little,
very long fingers and
little T-Rex
short.
arms, but long fingers. Which isn't the case. I've got like pretty small hands.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a tiny little person, guys.
It's like the vibe.
The vibe.
The vibe.
I give off Edward Scissorhands vibes.
No, you
Wait.
took it in the wrong context. I promise.
Okay.
No.
Well, we're gonna. You want to hear a funny story about dinosaurs?
Yeah, might as well.
So this one time during psych, Fowler was like, somehow we like started talking about alligators, like alligator burn or whatever.
Yeah.
And Fowler was like, yeah, and they're dinosaurs too. And I was like, no, they're not. Because alligators are a part of a different class of animals, and dinosaurs are their own class of animals.
Yeah.
So they're not like that closely. They're not the same species. They're not evolved from one another. Alligators aren't evolved from dinosaurs or anything. They're all reptiles, but that's about it. And so to fact check me, Fowler calls Brocksmith, and Brocksmith's like talking about dinosaurs for 5 minutes on speaker.
Brocksmith can like yap about anything. I think he's like the biggest yapper I've ever seen.
He could, yeah.
He can yap about Taylor Swift if like he really wanted to.
Yeah, I love that. It makes for an entertaining conversation. And
he was very mad that I wouldn't be in his class today.
So mad.
I know.
Anyways, to make it up, we're gonna give some dinosaur facts. You want to start off?
Well,
T-Rexes.
If you didn't know, chickens are descendants of dinosaurs in a way. And the closest relative to a T-Rex is a chicken.
Yeah, like closest living relative.
Yeah.
Because like all birds evolved from dinosaurs way back when at some
and like
point.
like not even like one dinosaur, just like different types of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Birds have evolved from them.
Yeah. Primarily like theropods. They're I guess a family. I can't remember like the scientific term, but they're like the family of dinosaurs that like T-Rexes are a part of. And like those other,
it's kind of
big carnivorous animals with like little
arms. Because I mean,
and everything. And the reason for that is like they needed stronger chest muscles and everything, and over time like evolved feathers and stuff.
And I mean, like, T-Rexes could fight. They just had to get in like a really close distance to do it.
Yeah, they also probably didn't roar that loud either. Like
the
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park is not a very good representative.
They're not. A lot of movies aren't really, because if you like, it's more likely than not that T-Rexes had feathers and everything. Because if you look at fossils of other theropods. You see that they have like feathers because they were fossilized in resin or whatever. Yeah, they were fossilized in like resin, or like that part was preserved. So you see those, and if they are closely related and everything, then it's likely that they did have feathers. And then another fun thing is that they did like find, what are you doing? Okay. They did find a fossil of a T-Rex and a Triceratops like entangled. And like it appears to be that they're fighting and everything. This was like reported in 2020. Is like when a lot of articles about it came out, but it's like how we know that like dinosaur battles did actually happen, and it's not like a thing from Jurassic Park. So that's something that they got right. But like their skeletons were just kind of entangled with one another, and that's just fun and silly.
Yeah, fun and silly, goofy.
And then another thing is, you want to say something?
Well, T-Rexes, like, names come from the Greek and Latin words that translate to Tyrant Lizard King.
Tyrant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrant Lizard King.
And then another...
You're gonna make fun of my pronunciation now?
No.
People make fun of how I say cram.
Cram?
I say cram.
It sounds like from the South.
I'm from Illinois.
It's not the
Tyrant
South, love.
Lizard King.
Yeah, Tyrant Lizard King. And then another silly thing is that there were probably like 3, from like what we've classified as T-Rexes, there were probably, it's a working hypothesis, now I can't talk, that there were 3 different species for them rather than it all being like one classification.
And T-Rexes could only run like 12 miles an hour.
Like
I could even run like faster than that.
Yeah.
Imagine you being like a race with a T-Rex.
Yeah, but they also got like big legs too, so. Who knows?
Maybe they were just like slow creatures.
Maybe. And then do we like want to move on to our little Triceratops fact?
Yeah.
Triceratops means like 3-horned face. Go figure. I wonder how they got that name from.
But they technically only have 2 horns and a beak.
And a beak. A little nose. What else?
They're about the size of a school bus, maybe even larger. So like thinking about it, school buses are humongous.
Yeah, like in my head, I don't think of them as that big because
I think of them as like kind of like a small, like medium size, but they were actually like a pretty decent size dinosaur.
Like movies really alter your perspective and like film and media on what things look like, but they're also a good representation of where science is at that time. Because I'm like backtracking a bit, but if we go back to T-Rexes, for a while their bones weren't positioned the right way. So there, if you like imagine in like old animated movies like The Land Before Time or whatever, or like the T-Rex emoji on iPhones, they're standing upwards and like their spine is vertical. That's not how they actually stood though, and like we realized that later. Their spine's like actually horizontal when they stand, and that just like shows how science like progresses over time and like media's capturing it as we keep going.
We kind of covered that one.
Yeah.
Well, even though they are kind of like a medium, like large size dinosaur and they're a herbivore, they can fight off carnivores such as like T-Rexes with their frills, horns. But
you want to tell us about like the poisonous plant clay thing?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I was on TikTok one night, and I was just like going through, and I'm like, oh yeah, like we have a dinosaur segment. So I was gonna do some research, and I went to TikTok, and I'm like, dinosaurs, and the first video pops up. It was this video
like
of
David
Triceratops.
Attenborough documentary.
I somehow like always find those, and I was just like, I'll watch them casually. But I was watching it, and it said that Triceratops face the threat of eating poisonous plants because they are herbivores, and like when they do that, they go to this like underground cave, and they find this clay, and they use it as medicine, and they like lick it, and that somehow like helps like
it like
the
coats
poison
their
going
stomach
through
to
their body,
so that like their stomach doesn't absorb it. And I just like thought that was really interesting. I didn't know that. What else we have? Like, is our guest coming? We've got our first guest on for the show.
Come on in.
Hi, Grace!
Our Taylor Swift enthusiast.
Hi. Number 1 Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, she is wearing Taylor Swift.
She is wearing Taylor Swift merch.
We were talking about dinosaurs.
We were talking about dinosaurs.
Love dinosaurs. Come on, sit.
We've got a great time.
Anywhere.
This way? Okay.
Yeah, we got wires sticking out everywhere. Lights. So let's welcome.
How was your 8-hour day so far?
Great.
Great.
8 hours?
Yeah, we've been awake for 8 hours. Well, not awake, but it was 12 8 hours ago.
Oh.
And the day restarts at 12.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, a little slow. Yeah. So, you want to put the headphones on? It's like really funky when you like listen with the headphones on.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah. That's weird.
All right, so let's welcome Grace Pimpson to the podcast.
She is a part of our photo staff.
You want to like introduce yourself a bit?
Sure. I'm Grace, like they said. I'm on photo staff. I really like Taylor Swift. And
We didn't know.
We had no clue.
Yeah. And that's about it.
Yeah, she's wearing, for like people listening, she's wearing a Taylor Swift crew neck right now
Yes.
from Eras Tour.
Yes.
Yeah, Drew, you went to a concert, right?
Yes.
Which guy?
I went to the one in Tampa,
Yeah.
the first show in Tampa.
How was that? Was it like one of the Rain ones?
No, it wasn't one
the
of
other
them.
ones.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. It was the one where she did not announce Speak Now, but she sang Speak Now.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
it
yeah.
the one that she had like all the problems with, like
Yes.
she missed her jump and
Yes.
Oh.
the mic?
Yeah, she had problems with the mic. She had like wardrobe malfunctions. It was like the one where everything just went wrong.
Okay, but like
I find it like it's sometimes better chaotic.
yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah, it
that
was
just
fun.
kind of makes the show more special though.
Yeah, it was like almost more real.
Yeah, like I went to KC night 2.
I'm so jealous.
We got long lived the second night.
Just leave.
So jealous.
Just leave.
All right.
Well,
like at least it's not KC night 1. Like they got a
That
whole
was
music video
crazy.
premiere.
and Taylor Lautner.
And Taylor Lautner.
I would pay anything
Doing
to go see Taylor
backflips.
Lautner.
To see either Taylor or Lautner, both amazing.
Yes.
Any of the Taylors, I would pay
Yeah.
to see.
Anyways,
I did pay to see.
Yeah,
we did
pay to
pay
see.
a lot of money to see.
Yes.
But like that show, she messed up Last Kiss twice,
Mm-hmm.
which was hilarious. And I just like those like small things just make the show a bit more
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Because it's like she's a real human.
And also like the show's just a whole production. It's so cool.
Oh yeah. It was like I didn't even remember half of it because there was just so much going on.
Yeah. Oh, and then I just like remember crying.
Oh yeah, I cried like the
Like-
whole time.
Like, well, Marjorie was playing, my sister and I were crying, but like not looking at each other either.
Oh my god, there's a video
Yeah.
of me and my sister crying, like laying on each other crying during Marjorie.
Yeah, and then what else? Like, you know the little light up bikes during
Yeah.
blank space,
Yes,
right?
like this.
Mhm.
I know. I just thought that like by that
The
point of
lights
the
in
day, I was like
general.
movie.
Yeah.
So I just thought like the glowing bikes were so cool, and I was like, here, look, it's like the bikes are glowing. And she's like, yeah, Rhea, they are.
That was me during like Reputation whenever they're all in the boxes and I'm like,
know.
did you see that? Did you
Yeah.
see that?
The transition
And, like-
to Reputation scared me.
No, because like the flashing lights and like, are you ready
and like
for
all
it?
the like little boxes that are like pop like on the screen
Yeah.
because it's like a little intermission.
And the
sort of.
snake.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
Or like the
lights
1989
flashing.
transition too. Just the
Yeah.
because
All the transitions.
I'd like seen parts of the show. I wasn't like actively avoiding it, but I wasn't seeking it out either, so I didn't know what was going on
Yeah.
the whole time.
Mine was like a pretty one of the earlier shows. It was in April.
Yeah.
So it was like pretty early, so I had seen a lot of things. Like I knew the like August and illicit
Yeah.
affairs thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't know everything and
Ooh.
it was just a lot.
I love the live performance of Illicit Affairs. Like it just so much.
It's
That
so
made me cry.
powerful.
I know, especially like I don't think like Casey Night 2 was great, but I don't think anything's gonna top like the first night at Glendale. Like the
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
first
no.
night of the show. Like
yeah.
she was on something like while she was singing that.
And
Yeah.
no one knew
It was like
what was
so
gonna happen.
emotional either. Yeah, that too. Like everyone there was just so much anticipation for
Yeah.
like that first show.
And like whenever she comes out from under the like feather fan things.
Oh, yeah.
No, I lost my voice by the time it was the Fearless set
Oh, yeah.
had started. I
Yeah.
didn't know how I was gonna make another 2-3 hours, like 2.5
Oh, yeah.
hours. Don't know how she does 3 hours every night.
I don't understand. Cause I couldn't do it. I couldn't even like stand for that long. My feet were hurting.
It was crazy.
It was so fun.
It was a little
so much fun.
Oh, especially because, well, I went to Nashville night 3,
Oh yeah.
and that was like when it was
That was
delayed
the
until,
rainy,
like,
rainy
11.
night. That was the rainy night.
And so we were all like inside soaking wet, and then she's like, "Oh, we're gonna play." And so I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like I'm excited, but also like my feet hurt at the same time because
Yeah.
I've been standing for 4 hours already.
It could be worse. Like the Brazil shows, they're in like a heat.
Yeah,
they're
there was a-
legit
Yeah.
in a heat wave. And I honestly like they still went ahead with the pyrotechnics and everything, which I don't know how much of that's like her
I
responsibility.
feel
or
like it would
anything,
be
but
the
they shouldn't
venue's
have-
fault.
Yeah. Like they shouldn't have done the pyrotechnics. They should have like taken more care of her. There were like videos of her like telling her staff to give people water and everything.
Yeah, like I feel like she cares, but a lot of the time, like the
Yeah.
staff is just like about the money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, like
I know.
that's all they care about.
Yeah.
And I feel like she truly does care about her fans.
Yeah.
And like wanting them to be safe.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I wonder if like she should have canceled the shows or not, just
Yeah.
for safety
Yeah.
things.
She postponed some of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
she
of them
did.
are postponed. I know that. I can't wait for like the Australian leg. Like she better do the 1989 tour Sydney thing for like Australian leg
Yeah,
and everything. And then what else? The 1989 tour just had like so many great moments. Like the rock version of "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together."
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
woman needs to make a rock album.
No, because
literally,
she does.
She has such a great rock voice.
She does.
I can't wait till like she re-records Taylor Swift.
Like yeah,
her-
the
going
to get back her country
crying. I'm going to start crying when she does that.
that'll
I
literally
cried like when Speak Now got I cried while 1989 was re-released.
everything Taylor
during-
Swift does, I cry.
During Blank Space. It was like midnight 1989 Taylor's version came out. It was after a work night and I like couldn't sleep, so I was like, all right, album came out, let's listen to it. Welcome to New York played. I was like, oh wow, I'm 8 years old again. Blank Space played. I start crying.
That's the song you cried.
That's the song I
Blank
cried
Space.
to. Like of all the songs.
Just imagine like the beat.
I was like, I'm 8 years old again. Oh
And then,
no.
like, yeah.
And then I was just like,
It is very
because
nostalgic.
that's like the first, like Red 1989 were like the two albums that I was like, I had a working memory for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that was weird. Do we like want to start ranking?
Do you want to
yeah,
start
like,
ranking
Sure.
your albums?
Sure.
How long have you been a Taylor Swift fan?
For literally as long as I can remember, like
As soon as she came out of the womb.
like
Yeah.
as soon as I could
Singing Fearless.
Yes, like literally there's videos of me like 2-3 years old singing like Picture to Burn.
That's so cute.
Like I used to have this little pink guitar and I would go downstairs and I didn't know how to play it. I still don't know how to play guitar, but I would pretend and I would sing Never Grow Up to my parents and they would just be like, "Can you shut up?"
That's so cute. Oh, that's so cool. We're cute's on the no word list.
Cute.
Cute.
We have multiple no words that we
Including-
can't say.
Yeah.
And that's
Including but
what
not
some of
limited
them.
to no swear words,
And
no
no-
making fun of the Amish.
Jackson Calhoun.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna be on here.
No, he has pink eye.
Oh.
He would have been on here if
Yeah,
he
no,
didn't.
he would have. He was gonna have a segment on Fortnite.
Oh my god.
All right. So where do your different albums stand and like do they change with the re-recordings and vault tracks and all that?
Okay. It's a lot. Okay.
She's got 10 of them.
So my favorite album
Hold on to the table.
has always been and always will be Speak Now.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yes. And
You're very Speak
especially
Now
with the
core.
re-recordings, I just sat in my room and I listened to the vault tracks first because I wanted to go to sleep. And I just listened to them and I cried because I was like, how does she know my life? These vault tracks are literally me. Like, all of them.
What's your favorite Speak Now vault track?
Foolish one.
Yeah, I know that.
Because it's just, yeah.
It's too relatable.
Yeah, it's very relatable.
Yeah.
And my favorite, one of my favorite Taylor Swift song changes like constantly, but I usually say it's Mine.
Great choice.
Yes,
Great
because
choice.
My surprise song.
that makes me so
You had
upset.
Speak Now as
I
your
did.
surprise song.
I
Also,
did.
didn't you have like checklist or something?
I had Treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are-
like really good.
Consistently in my top 5 to top 3.
Oh yeah, they were like the
Especially
best I
like
could
acoustic
ask for.
version.
Yes, it was so amazing. But you had
So jealous.
I had
Would've, could've, should've.
Yeah.
Mine.
No, I like each night. I'm like, okay, I'm like so jealous of them, but I'd be jealous of
Yeah.
any night regardless.
Like literally any day, I would be like, oh, I wish those were mine. And it could be like the worst songs, but not that there are the worst songs.
There's no bad songs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'll speak now. Favorites, mine.
What's your second? I already know.
My second favorite,
Fearless.
Folklore.
Oh, folk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that also makes sense.
Folklore, just the lyrics, the love
Yeah.
triangle, the stories in it. Like,
Explain the love triangle.
Okay. so there is 3 songs that are all from different points of views, and it's supposed to be like a teenage love triangle from the 3 characters, Betty, James, and you can kind of come
Like
up
August.
with the name. Yeah, like
August.
August. I just say August, but
Yeah.
you know, it can be whatever. And then so basically like James leaves Betty, who is his girlfriend, to like have a little summer fling with August, and then he kind of gets bored of August and he goes back and sings like a song to try to win back Betty.
Yeah. I'm about
And
to sneeze. I'm sorry.
You got a tissue box. Do you want me to grab it?
Continue.
okay, so Cardigan, which is the second track, is from Betty's point of view, and then Betty is from James's point of view, trying to like win back Betty.
Yeah.
But it's such a fun song to play on
I
the guitar.
know. That was my favorite song whenever it first came out, when I was little first came out. And then August is from August's point of view.
I feel like your favorite song would be Betty, but then you are an August.
Yeah. I think everyone's either an August, a Betty, or a James.
Can I
Yeah.
just say, like, from my perspective, the love triangle, like, is more, what's the word, like, in captivating.
Mm-hmm.
If James and, like, even in a fully disclosed relationship, if it was, like, a situationship, and I know, like, a lot of people have been, like, it has, like, queer undertones too, of, like, secret relationships on both ends.
Definitely.
Too. And I just, like, find that more, because then James isn't, like, some stupid guy, like,
Yeah.
actual, like, he has reason,
He has meaning.
not just, like,
I totally
something
agree.
stupid.
And like, all of the people in the love triangle and the character Inez,
Love
yes, they're named after Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's kids.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
like, they're all,
Yeah, and James is a girl, so it makes sense that if in the love triangle, they're all girls.
and, like, it doesn't matter, like, which way you read it. It's,
Yeah.
what's good about, like, music and art is, like, you can put your own interpretation to it. And it can't be queer, it doesn't need to be, but, like,
however you
it's,
interpret it.
it's easier for me to live at peace with it if James didn't, like, cheat on someone who, like, they were in a exclusive relationship with. If it was, like, some sort of situationship, then I was like, okay, then you're not, like, a completely trash person.
Yeah, and then it like helps you relate to them more too.
Yeah.
Like, because if it's just a
Because, like, sometimes it's, like,
stupid guy.
hard to, like, figure out what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then it makes, like, the line in Betty where is like talking about how Betty danced with, like, someone else at in, like, the gym at, like, the school dance or whatever. Like, that makes sense
Yeah.
too. But, like, oh, okay, so, like, there weren't really labels on this. We just had feelings for each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
Also, Folklore's a great album.
It just
Like-
has so much depth and like
There's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
favorite Folklore track.
that's literally.
It changed for me, like, every few
I
days.
have to say August
songs,
Like,
but it's fine.
I don't listen to the one as, like, on its own as much, but I just play Folklore top to bottom while I'm driving, because I need music to play while I'm driving, because I'm, like, significantly better.
Yeah.
And it needs to be, like, chill. Like, I tried listening to a Childish Gambino album while driving and, like, nearly wrecked my car. So we're not doing that anymore. So like the one got pretty high on my Spotify Wrapped because like I listened
Yeah.
to it so much, and
Yeah.
like also the live version, so good.
So good. We listened to the one in the car a lot.
We do, along with Red. And I Don't Want to Live Forever.
Oh my god, they're also
Those are
Very good
Mandy's songs.
Yes.
Mandy is my car.
Mandy
I love
She
Mandy.
is
the Mini
almost-
Cooper.
Yeah.
I might have stole somebody's parking spot this morning, so if I get keyed, that's why.
Not Mandy.
But like Mandy can do no wrong,
Okay.
even if I do hit a curve.
So far in Grace's folklore rankings, we've been talking. Grace has been talking for 10 and have gone through.
It's okay. It's okay.
Next.
Okay, a little like fuzzy around here because they're all so
They
good.
all very
Yeah.
good.
I would say my next is Reputation
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like the vibes are just so good. They're so like different from what she had been doing, and it was just a really big statement. Like,
Yeah.
okay, everyone hates me, I'll kind of embrace it.
Yeah. And like if you think like re-listening to Reputation, a lot of them are like love songs and everything.
Mhm,
too.
yeah.
Like
Yeah. How she kind of like she talked a lot about she had like find love and miss love and stuff, you know, at the end of
yeah.
1989, like you were saying, and then she kind of found that in Reputation,
Yeah.
like in her life, and so like it, see that she was kind of almost
Manifesting.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
manifesting.
loud.
Very loud.
She was like manifesting it, and then she actually found that person. Well, kind of for a moment.
for a short period of time.
For
Some relationships
for 4 albums.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So
Okay.
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 So
Next.
Next, okay, this is controversial.
Oh.
I'm gonna say Midnight
Oh, that is controversial.
because I just because
You do
I got
relate to it,
side-eyed.
don't you?
it's like it's just if you go through that album, there's not a single one that I'm like skip. There's
Yeah,
not a
that's true.
single skip.
That is
Fair,
true.
fair.
And that's a theme with like all of these albums so far. There's not a single I would skip on it. And Midnight's, even though it's like so new, it's just like I love all of the songs.
It feels like it's been here for
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, and also a lot of the songs like I've realized, especially this year because it came out last year, like whenever I'm listening to them, it brings
Yeah, and like
And
the lyric "Here was sunshine," I was midnight
I love
rain.
when albums do that, but I also hate it because I don't need to be brought back to certain things.
no, exactly. Like I was listening to like Maroon. That just like brings me right back.
Yeah,
Maroons.
As
It's
soon as
such a
I
good-
listen to that song, I'm like,
Okay.
this is an automatic favorite.
I told you this once, like a while ago. So do you know the artist Fletcher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fletcher Taylor Maroon duet.
That would
Like
be
that's a
amazing.
pitch. Not that either of them would ever watch this, but
Imagine
If you
Taylor
are
Swift is just
watching
watching.
Taylor, if you're watching this,
that would be sick.
Carrie, if you're watching this, like that would
No,
just
because-
like it would suit their voices so well.
So
and, like,
Talking about Fletcher, have you seen like that duo with Miley Cyrus and Fletcher on New Year's
I love
Eve?
that one so much. Fletcher's coming out with new. We'll
You
talk about it
haven't?
later.
No.
I
Watch
will send
it.
it to you.
It's so.
What?
It's so. Okay. Midnights. What else do you love about Midnights?
Okay, it's just like everything, like the stories behind all of the songs, the idea of like they're all sleepless night. Like
Yeah.
I love. It's again with all of these albums, like it's hard to pick a favorite song.
Okay. I'm gonna say something that might be controversial. I'm gonna be honest. Taylor definitely lies out of her ass to like the public and the fans and everything about like certain things, and I don't like she doesn't owe us the truth.
No, about like her like
Her life and
Her
everything.
life,
and,
yeah.
like writing.
I have a conspiracy.
One moment. One moment.
oh god.
I'm pretty sure most of the stuff written about Midnights wasn't like from years ago.
No. I do believe that I like the concept of it though.
Yeah, conceptually it's great.
I do like that. I do believe Question is about Carly Kloss. And
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff like that. Like I think Midnight Rain is about Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that they're all about current situations.
Or just like multiple situations too.
Yeah.
Like I think something that I don't like that's done with her music, or I just think that's interesting that's done with her music is like we make each song singular to a person in her life rather than a stage of her life or like a version of her behaviors that she like exhibited and was like writing about. Like from relationship to relationship, you do like exhibit similar behaviors, and she like writes about those instances. She also just wants us to like apply it to our own lives and think like, oh, I'm singing about this part of my life, but I want you to think about this part, a different part of your life. That too. But what about you, love? What were you saying?
My conspiracy?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that Travis and Taylor have been dating long before what they like when they announced it.
Yeah.
And I feel like they only
I'm pretty sure
you know
it was
how
like
Travis
Casey show.
Yeah. Travis said that he gave her like a friendship like bracelet, but it never got back to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was kind of almost like a soft launch to see like what everybody would think
so you
of
think
it.
that they were dating before he even gave her the friendship bracelet?
Yes. Okay. Because like he wanted to see how actually everybody would just react to like them together. I mean, like some people would have an opinion about it.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
What?
Whether or not they're real, like I think they could be very much real. I don't care. Either way, like a lot of it's being upstaged for PR.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's with any relationship.
And like his podcast, they always bring up.
Well, his podcast too, like the NFL is using it a lot. It brought the NFL a like audience of younger girls,
it brought the
teenage
Chiefs
girls
a lot of money.
What was the quote from what she said the other day in an interview? Can I look it up?
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, also, we'll talk about this later in our like brief little news section. But Miss Swift got named Person of the Year by Time Magazine.
She did.
Dr. Swift.
Dr. Taylor Allison Swift. It's not loading, but she said something about basically like she's just kind of living her life, and she's there to watch Travis. She's not paying attention how much she's on the like screen.
Which good for her.
She's not worried about making some dads mad because she's not doing that.
Like lots of sports. Like not lots, but like I watch some sports and stuff, and like occasionally their partners and stuff like being put on screen, and they're just like, why are we focusing on me? So yeah, like I get that.